Yo, so this is a video I've been wanting to make for a little minute now. And this is going to be basically a full monk mode protocol, at least the monk mode that I would like to partake in. And if it's interesting to any of you guys, then by all means, take it up with me. And by the end of the time period, hopefully we can have some comments and showing like how it worked for everyone. I'll definitely be sharing my results, but this is going to be the best way I think possible to kind of really get your life turned around in a positive direction, especially if you're more of a extreme person, if you're more of a 0 or 100 kind of guy. Like, it's oftentimes pushed that we need to live these balanced lives, that we need to live a life of balance. You know, you need to have your freedom on the weekends. You know, you can go out and spend some time with friends, or Sundays, or the rest days. Like, first of all, time is a man-made concept. Time's an illusion, but that's not the purpose of today's video. So the steps that we're gonna have for monk mode, the first one is just gonna be, what are your goals? For the sake of this video, I'm gonna put it in like a 6-month span, and because we have 6 months to the end of the year. But once again, like, don't be too held up on like the actual time period, how long you're doing it, what day it is, what day you started. All days are the same. The sun goes up, the sun goes down. The shit's the same. Like, a lot of people fall for the calendar effect. Like, I don't want to start. It's Thursday. I don't think I should start today, or it's the 29th or the 27th. Like, it'd be a lot better if I just start on the 1st. Like, these are things that keep you behind. These are things that keep you complacent, that keep you in a losing state of mind. You have to let go of all that. Any day is a day that you can work. Any day is a day that you can push the ball forward, that you can get closer to your goals any and every single day. And they're all the same. Birthdays, holidays are just a reason for you to spend money, a reason for you to waste time. If you just live in your own reality, that sounds kind of woo-woo, but like, live in your own world for a little bit. Just do what you got to do. Use the time that you have allotted to do things that are going to progress you towards your goals, that are going to progress you towards the person that you want to be. So let's get into it. The first one is going to be making your goals. And we're going to use this on a 6-month time frame, just to actually have a time period to do it. But we'll use 6 months, and I'll get you into the end of the year. But first one is, what are your goals? Now, the thing with goals is that although you want to have big goals, and I know everyone has big dreams, you want to be somewhat realistic, because if the goals are too far-fetched, you're not actually going to go after them. Like, to get into the flow state, you have to be doing an activity that challenges you, but it can't be so challenging that you feel like you don't know what you're doing, that you feel like you couldn't even actually accomplish the goal. I think that's where a lot of people mess up, is they set these outlandish goals. I'm going to be a millionaire in a year, and they don't even got $100 in their pocket. How do you plan to do that? It doesn't make sense. Like, the jump is too big. So for this first step, one, let's get about 10 goals. Like if you're listening to this right now, write down at least 10 goals, what you want to accomplish by the end of the year. Really think about it. Now, I've already done this, and I've already written down my goals. And what I'm going to want you to do is, once you get those 10, look at figure out what is the top 3 goals that you have, the top ones. For me personally, it's my YouTube channel, my fitness, and saving some money. Like, those are my 3 biggest goals. And I did have other goals. But what we're going to do is we're going to cross all them motherfuckers out. And matter of fact, if you can narrow it down to one, that's the best. If you can have one main goal that you focus on all the time, that's golden. And matter of fact, like it's really two for me, because saving is just saving. Like, it's very simple. You know, you get money, you put money up. It's not rocket science. But my goal will be to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And then for as far as my fitness, I would like to get into the 200 club by the end of the year. And the thing with these goals is that you can have sub goals on the macro goal. So, for instance, I have YouTube. Now, the main thing about YouTube is growing the subscriber base. But there are things on the back end of YouTube, like me eventually being able to put out a program or start a group, you know, improving my speech for I look better and sound better on the videos. All these things are macro goals inside of my, are micro goals inside of my macro goal. So you can sub, and that gives you more things to work on. But it's all pertaining to the big goal. As far as fitness, I want to get into the 200 club. Now, micro goals could be, I want to bench press 315 or squat 405 or have a certain amount of days that I delegate to going to the gym and I don't miss any of those days. Those are micro goals inside of the macro goal. So that's step number one. Figure out what the goal is for. Make them reasonable. Like, make sure it's enough to challenge yourself, because that's the other part of the flow state, is that if it's too easy, you also won't do it. So you really got to find that delicate space in the middle where it's literally perfect, where it's challenging you enough where you feel like you can get it, but it's also challenging enough where it's not so easy that, like, you know, you could do it tomorrow. It's something that you actually have to improve on and put work towards. So then that's going to get us into step number 2. Remove all bad habits. Everything that you deem as a negative influence on your life, take it out. 100%. No porn, no messing around with girls, no aimlessly scrolling on social media, like nothing that wastes your time, anything that distracts you. Like, the whole purpose of monk mode is like, this is a time period where you are laser focused on your goals. That is the meaning of your life for this time period, is just accomplishing your goals. So I want you to cut out every bad habit that you have, every single one. And once again, this is going into, like, I don't believe that the balanced life is the life that is as good as people make it out to be. Sometimes you need to be very extreme. And I understand this is an extreme concept, to cut out all the bad habits. No Netflix, no bullshitting. But these are the sort of things that get you ahead, that are going to put you, they're going to separate you from the rest of the, I'm going to call them peons, the rest of the minority, the majority. Jesus, see, something I got to work on. That's a subcategory of YouTube, just working on my speech, getting my words up. Now, with that, that's going to leave a lot of time on your hands. You're going to have a shit ton of time, because most of the time you're really just bullshitting. Assuming that you are lost in life and you actually need a monk mode protocol. And in fact, that's how you know how serious this needs to be and how extreme your monk mode needs to be, is basically where you're at in life, whatever that distance is to where you think you should be, the greater that distance is, the more extreme this monk mode needs to be. So even if you're doing good, but you think you should be doing great, then go extreme. And this is going to be a longer video. This is something I kind of feel passionate about. And I think this is something that will also help out a lot of you guys, especially if you're just not in a position that you're happy with, that you feel like you could do more. You know you're better than what you're presenting. You know you're better than what you're putting on the table, and like you're tired of hearing people say, "Oh, but you can still play video games on the weekend. You can watch a little bit of porn. You can waste a little bit of time. You can have a couple of days off." Like I'm not gonna tell you that. I encourage you, if you can work 24/7, do it. Like if you're capable of putting in 24/7 work nonstop, do that. I don't understand how that could be a negative to your life. That'll bring nothing but positives. Now we're gonna go into number 3, and this is almost like structuring all this time that you have now, since you're cutting out all the bullshit. What I need for you to do is to make a timetable for your day. What does a perfect day look like for you? And you may have to make a couple different timetables, assuming that you're working a 9 to 5, or if you're not working a 9 to 5, this is a lot easier. You may only have to make one. But for me, I have 3 different ones, where a day that I'm going to the gym and I'm working, that's one day. And then we have a day that I go to the gym but I'm not working. And then we have not working, not going to the gym. Those are the 3 possible days that I should experience through the duration of this monk mode. Those are the only 3 type of days I want to be living, that I will be living. So what I want to do is literally set a timetable for that full day. What a productive and successful day would look like to me. What a perfect day would look. That's basically what you're doing. You're setting out what a perfect day would look like. And if you have variables that you can't change, like a job or you're going to the gym, because for some of y'all could just go to the gym every day and just do different things, which I don't recommend. You need your rest. If you do go to the gym every day, make sure you have some light days in there. But figure out those days and set them up in those are stone. And granted, it's not going to work out like that 100% of the time, every single day. But the goal is to get as close as possible to those perfect days every day. Now, that'll move us on to number 4, is that you want to aim to work 12 hours a day. Like, that's your goal. Your goal is you should be putting in 12 hours of work every single day. Once again, this is extreme. And I got this concept from Brandon Carter. I know some of y'all fuck with Brandon Carter, some people don't. I think he's cool. He's funny as hell. But with this concept, working 12 hours a day, no matter what you're doing, even if you're just working a 9 to 5, like if you just added another job or started picking up overtime, I think it would be very unreasonable for you not to be around 100K a year in the span of 2 to 3 years, if that, possibly even 1 year, if you actually work 12 hours a day. Now, I'm not telling you what to work on. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to work every day. Even if that's the normal 9 to 5 job, that counts. That counts as work. You are working. You're getting paid. But do it every day. So that means you also got to work outside of that 9 to 5. And if you can, I don't know how you could put in 12 hours a day on like just a 9 to 5, but you could pick up 2 jobs. 3 jobs. But if you do that for a long enough period of time, it will be unreasonable for you not to be making 100K a year. Unreasonable. That's another thing with the goals, is that you need to set it up in a way where it will be unreasonable for you not to achieve them. Like for my YouTube, the I'll be putting out 4 videos a week. I'll set those days, and at least 3 shorts every week. And I believe if I do that for 6 months, I think it would be unreasonable for me not to be at 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So it's challenging. I think we're at like close to 200 now. But as long as I put in the work, as long as I'm consistent with what I'm doing, I think it wouldn't even make sense if I weren't to reach my goals. It would be weird. That's how you have to set up your goals. It would be weird if the shit didn't happen. Like for my fitness, and I want to get up to 200 pounds a day, I need to consume a certain amount of calories every single day. And as long as I do that consistently over the course of 6 months, it would be unreasonable for me not to reach 200 pounds. Are you guys kind of getting where I'm going with this? So set up your day where if you run this blueprint, this timetable for the day, every single day for 6 months, it will be unreasonable for you not to achieve your goals by the end of the year. That is how you need to set it up. We're eliminating distractions. We're putting all our focus and effort into what we believe is important to us and our goals. Let's go down to the last thing, which is I understand that we are not robots and that we cannot be perfect 100% of the time. So what I need you to do, step 5, change how you kill time. Because a lot of our waste, a lot of our mental capacity is used on things that do not matter, that don't move the ball forward at all in your life. And sometimes shit, you're even setting yourself back. For example, like if you just like watching Netflix, or you love watching sports, like you sit down and you watch I don't even remember how long games are, but I know they're long as hell. And you just sit. Yeah. Go team. Fuck, man, you been missed. Come on, guys, get back in the game. Three to 4 hours of your day. 3 to 4 hours of your day doing that shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't believe that, like, you can enjoy your life. But I believe we kind of been tricked into thinking that leisure time and bullshitting and just chilling is how you can enjoy your day. I believe if you follow this monk mode protocol as closely as you possibly can, you will learn that you enjoy working. You enjoy moving the ball forward. You enjoy having more money in your pocket. You're going to enjoy being bigger. You're going to enjoy getting closer to what you ultimately want to be more than any leisure activity you could possibly experience. More than fucking with any female. More than playing any video game. More than any amount of porn you could possibly watch. The most fulfillment you're going to get is from accomplishing these goals. And that's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of monk mode, to accomplish these goals. So what I need you to do is all the free time that you have. We're not perfect, so I know we're going to fuck up. I'm going to fuck up. I know there's going to be days where I don't get the full 12 hours. It may even take a time period to even get up to the 12 hours. But the point is to aim for that. Now, make your free time, your bullshit time, make it centered around learning. So If you're just sitting and you don't have anything to do, read a book. Read something constructive. Watch a podcast. Watch YouTube videos about whatever you're pursuing. YouTube videos that are going to actually move the ball forward. Long form podcast. Like watch these. Things that are going to actually put some knowledge into your head. Like something I like about YouTube in general is that it gives me an opportunity to pursue lifelong learning. And my job potentially could be to just share things that I learn. And maybe I can share these things in a more relatable way to my audience than anyone else can. Because maybe I'm closer to my audience than, let's say, I don't know, like someone that people look up to. I'm not sure. I'm coming for a blank of someone to look up to. But more than likely, people, let's use like Alex Hormozy. If you guys know who Alex Hormozy is, he's a very successful businessman. Like on his way to being a billionaire. It's probably going to be pretty hard to relate to a billionaire. He's so far ahead of you that the information that he has, the tips that he has, like he's not even in the same realm or sphere that you're in. He's far removed from it. But me or anyone else that you may be watching, like try to find someone that's maybe only a couple steps ahead of you. It's a lot more relatable. And that's what I try to do with this YouTube channel. Is like I know that my audience is very select. It's a very small group of people, but it's people that I closely relate to and that may closely relate to me. And just the idea of that could potentially be my job is helping people that, one, recognize me as someone getting shit done. That's the main reason I'm doing this Monk Mode Protocol, because I don't want to be the guy on here that's just talking bullshit and not putting the work in behind it. But I feel like I got a little bit off tangent, off subject right there. But basically, just change how you kill your time. Your time should be productive. And what you're going to learn is the more you do that, the more you're going to start to enjoy these things. The more you take away meaningless shit. Like you stop scrolling through social media. Like if you're not making no bread off social media, or you're not aspiring to make bread off social media, then I don't think you should be on social media. Like YouTube will probably be the only thing I'll be on. Because one, I do find YouTube to be valuable outside of myself. I've learned a lot through YouTube. But any other form of social media is killing my time. And circling back to goals, I don't think I mentioned this, but a big reason that you want to have a small set of goals, a small set of macro goals, is that if you can focus on just a couple things, you can actually move the ball forward. Sometimes people spread themselves too thin. They want to accomplish this, accomplish that. And you got like 10 different things you have on your to-do list to set out, and you wind up doing none of them because it's just too much. That's why I say if you can get it to one, that is the best. That's the best possible way. If you can just do one thing and dedicate 6 months to one, like imagine the amount of progress you can make if you dedicate a whole 6 months to one thing. But just make sure that one thing is what's going to move the ball forward the most in your life. You're finding what are the most important goals, and you are attacking them. All the bullshit, all the fluff is irrelevant and unnecessary. That's how you lose. You're spread too far thin. Focus. Narrow the lens on your camera and focus on like That's a good analogy. The more you focus a camera lens, the more pinpoint it's going to be. The closer you get, you're going to see more details. You're gonna see, like, if you were on a plant, you might see the little, like, things that stick out of the leaf. I don't even know what they call it. That was a bad analogy because I don't know shit about plants. But the point is, the closer you zoom in, the more the more you see. You see the details. Like if you had a really nice paint and you focus in on that paint, you're gonna see the flake in the paint. You're gonna see the real color. You're gonna see, like, oh shit, there's purple flake in here. There's a little bit like metallic, but that's because you focused. And once you focus, you can see the details, the little things, and what you're focusing on. But if your lens is set on 10 different things, like shit, you may not notice something that's fucking obvious. You feel me? Like, that is the whole purpose of this. Narrowing the focus, taking out all the distractions, whereas the camera lens is focusing on your goals. Now you see the details. You see the little things that have to change, the little things that actually get you closer to the goal. You're focused on those things now because you've eliminated everything else. Now I know this is a longer video. This is something I'm a bit more passionate about, and it's something that I'm going to be doing myself. So I'll share my results. Like, and then with this, I want you to also add in, if you made it this far of the video, make sure you add in your own variables because everyone's life is unique. Everyone's thing is different. Like for me, something I'm not going to suggest everyone do, but for part of my working is like, I want to read a book a week because I want to, once again, start soaking up as much knowledge as I possibly can. It's also going to help me with my vocabulary, give me more words to have for when I'm speaking to you guys, where I can sound more intelligent, you know. But reading a book a week is a big goal for me. And yours could be maybe like you want to cut out caffeine. So that's also a variable that you can add. You can add anything to this, or you can take anything away. But I do believe like having this basic structure, this 5-step structure, you follow this for 6 months or however long you can follow it. Maybe it doesn't have to be 6 months. Like, I'll be honest, like more than likely I will, in July, I plan on going to visit my family. So I probably won't be doing monk mode then. So I'll probably take a break then. But while you're on the goal, while you're on the path, try to stay as close to this framework as possible. And I truly believe if you follow this for 6 months, you will genuinely change your life. Very genuinely. So I hope y'all take some value from this. I know this is a long video. If anyone watches this, y'all are G's. If anyone actually gets to the end of this video, like put something in the comments. Just to acknowledge that you actually watched this whole video, because I know this is going to be a long one. I'm actually interested to see who's really rocking with me like that. But that's it for this video, guys. That's my full monk mode protocol. I'm going to be following this for the next 6 months. I'm going to share my results. And hopefully this sets things in a very positive trajectory. Doses.